Hello everyone, I am Clara. Welcome to Clara's Story Garden, where tales of passion, mystery, and the supernatural bloom under the moonlight. Today, we invite you to lose yourself in Hunt for a Wolf's Heart, a gripping romance woven with werewolves, ghostly bonds, and a love that defies the boundaries of life and death. I wait for Dr. Wolfe to emerge a few hours later, looking unfairly good for someone who didn't get nearly enough sleep, and we discuss our next course of action. Well, he discusses. Meanwhile, I desperately try to make contact with him again, to no avail. I'll head to the nearest hospital. They'll probably have some information about your accident, he tells me, glancing over his shoulder to make sure nobody's around. Why isn't it working? I cry out, watching my hand go through his arm for the 5th time. Maybe I can only touch your hand. Dr. Wolfe, give me your hand. Will you stop? The man snaps, moving away. Give it to me, or I'm singing, I warn. Oh, for the love of, fine. He extends his hand. I try to grab onto him, but my fingers dissolve around his, and I'm suddenly feeling very cold and adrift. Why isn't it working? It did before. Damn, Elise, if I'd known you wanted to hold my hand this badly, I would have given it to you a long time ago. I glare at him, disappointment replaced with familiar aggravation. It has nothing to do with your hand, and stop calling me weird names. What'll we do now? Come on, Nora. I grind my teeth as I have no choice but to trail after him, though I'm left with the urge to smack his head. I don't think I can leave your house, I explain to him once we get to his car. Every time I do, I'm transported right back to your bedroom. You mean you can't come with me? What a shame. A pleased smile spreads across his lips. There's something seriously wrong with this man for not only disdaining Taylor Swift but also my delightful company. I give him the finger as he drives off before returning inside. I want to check on Lily, even though I don't know where to find her. I look around a couple of rooms, including an office and a gigantic library, before making my way to what seems to be the dining room. To my surprise, 10 different people are sitting around the widespread table for breakfast, amongst them Caleb, Noah from the night before, the girl, Ava, and Isabel. Where's Ethan? Caleb says as the redhead makes her way to the table. He won't be joining us this morning. Please, eat. I notice everyone had been staring silently at their plate when they all pick up their forks at the same time after being told to do so. What's he up to, anyway? It's Sunday. He doesn't have class, Noah asks, helping himself to some bacon that looks unfairly delicious. Isabel shrugs, taking a sip of orange juice. He's gone into town to check on one of his students. Really? Noah drops a piece of bacon. She pretty? She's Lily's friend, Noah, so that's a yes. Isabel scowls but then schools her features into a more neutral expression. I wouldn't know. You'd have to ask Lily. Is Lily okay? She'll be fine, Ava. Noah pats her on the head. Then why isn't she eating with us? Sunday is family brunch day. Family brunch? So are all these people family? Wait, does that make Ethan and Lily family? She never once mentioned that little detail to me before. It's all that bitch's fault. Caleb suddenly bangs the table, making everyone jump, including me. I told Lily not to get close to some human. Caleb, that's enough. But you agree, right? Caleb says, looking around the table. There's a reason we keep amongst ourselves. Ethan said it was okay for her to make friends, Ava sighs. I want to make normal friends. I'm confused. Why wouldn't she be able to make friends? Maybe she's being homeschooled or something, but what does she mean by normal? Noah looks like he's about to reply when I feel a familiar tug pulling at me, and the living room snaps out of view to reveal a busy parking lot. The sound of an ambulance in the distance tells me the massive building by my right must be the hospital. Why am I here? Lila, what are you doing here? A familiar voice comes up from behind me. I thought you were supposed to stay at the house. Dr. Wolfe walks over to me, looking really aggravated. It isn't my fault, I reply, feeling defensive. I don't decide where I go. I pause, thinking back on the conversation I just witnessed. So, Dr. Wolfe, what's up with your weird family? He stops in his tracks, startled. Have you been roaming around? Well, what did you expect, that I stay in your room? Yes, actually. You spend a suspicious amount of time there. I roll my eyes. Are you in, like, a cult or something? I ask, changing the subject. Are you the cult leader? Of course not. Weirdly enough, the man seems to relax at that, like he was expecting me to accuse him of something worse. He's hiding something, though, but he doesn't give me any room to ask more questions and heads straight for the hospital's main entrance. You coming or what? Anticipation builds inside me. Am I about to find out what's happening to me? After Dr. Wolfe makes some inquiries at the front desk, we're taken through a long, deserted corridor lit with bright artificial lights into a small room with only one bed. There, hooked onto different machines that seem to beep aimlessly, is my prone form, lying unconscious. She has multiple fractures, but most importantly, a severe head injury. What they're saying seems subdued, like I'm hearing it from underwater. It feels strange to watch myself lie there in a hospital bed, a literal out-of-body experience. My mind has trouble processing, especially with how awful my body looks, bruised and beaten. Do we know when she's going to wake up? Dr. Wolfe asks, sounding grim. I wonder if he's worried about me or at the prospect of being stuck with me for all eternity. It's hard to say. For now, could be days, weeks, but she will wake up eventually, right? We don't know that for sure. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear this anymore, but I can't seem to make myself move. The nurse must exit the room at some point, though I can't say when that is for certain. My face looks eerily swollen and kind of bluish. It's an awful thing to watch, yet I can't seem to look away. I'm sorry, Sophie. Dr. Wolfe's voice brings me back into focus. I open my mouth, ready to snap at him, but his sincere expression startles me. He looks worried and perhaps even a little sad for me. The doctors will know more in a couple of days. You can't lose hope yet. I let out a disheartened laugh. Do they know what happened to me? Just that you were hit by a car. The driver's been arrested. He says this coldly, though I can tell his ire is not directed at me for once. His gaze makes me feel self-conscious. I can't help it. Tears begin to stream down my face. Dr. Wolfe makes his way over to me, clearly uncomfortable, though I can't blame him. This isn't over. We'll figure something out. Without thinking, he moves to place a comforting hand on my shoulder, which I suddenly feel, warm and solid against my skin. Oh, I exclaim through my tears, it's happening again. Good, Dr. Wolfe says, sounding relieved, and then he pulls me towards him to wrap his arms around me, and I feel alive again, flushed against his chest, listening to his heartbeat. I don't know how long this will last, and I'm not proud of it, but I seize the opportunity to cry into his shirt. Who knows when I'll be able to receive physical comfort next? Dr. Wolfe gets a call a little while later, interrupting our hug, I guess. It dawns on me that I've been letting my college professor hug me for the last 10 minutes, and perhaps that means something. I mean, sure, I felt distressed, and he's the only person that can be there for me, but I'm not usually this tactile, and yet I have to admit I may have really enjoyed being in his arms. Maybe he's not as annoying as I thought he was. Maybe. All right, Nora, we have to go. Never mind, he totally is. Go. We can't leave, I protest, following behind him in the hallway. Dr. Wolfe holds up. He pulls out his phone again, pretending to have a conversation through there while talking to me. You know you can call me Ethan. Your name is Ethan? I gasp, secretly pleased. And you can't leave. The doctors are supposed to give you more information about me. Ever heard of phones? Besides, something's come up. I'm needed elsewhere. I'm outraged. If he receives news about my health over the phone, I won't be able to hear what my doctors have to say directly, and maybe he's not as bad as I thought, but I'm not about to entrust Ethan with key information about my well-being. I haven't relied on anybody since I left home at 16, and I'm not about to start again today. Oh, I'm sorry. Is your girlfriend feeling lonely? I ask sarcastically. We're in the parking lot now. Ethan's decidedly walking towards his car, undeterred by my protests. No, actually, it's... Whoever just called you surely isn't brain dead, I interrupt, stomping my feet, so can we please focus on what's important? You mean you? Ethan deadpans as he gets into his car. I follow him inside. Well, yes, actually. I mean, I'm right, aren't I? Surely the gravity of my situation takes precedence over anything else going on in his life. I know this may seem hard to believe, Lila, but the world doesn't revolve around you. Okay, can we address the real issue here? Ethan sends me a sideways glance. The real issue? I know you don't like me very much, but this isn't about me liking you or not, he grits out through his teeth. So you agree you don't like me? You are incredibly childish. I'm childish? I ask, raising my voice. I've been trying to remain calm and rational, but he makes that near impossible. You've been antagonizing me since the day we met. What? You're the one who's always arguing with me. Because you're an insufferable prick. And you're a selfish brat. Our eyes meet briefly, and I freeze, my heart picking up in my chest. Instead of their usual grey, for a brief moment, I could have sworn Ethan's eyes turned gold, a bright, dangerous gold, which glows behind my eyelids still as I try to catch my breath. Sophie, what's wrong? Ethan asks, a little grudgingly. I ignore him. This unusual golden color, I've seen it before. I'm sure of it. I remember dangerous eyes fixing me, hands coming at me, an inhuman growl. It was the night of the accident, at the club. I'd gone to the bathroom with Lily, and her boyfriend cornered us. That's right, I remember now. Caleb was there. He was angry with Lily, calling her a bunch of awful names. I got angry. I pushed him off of her, and then he grabbed my arm, but his fingers, they had claws. His eyes turned this terrifying shade of gold. I gasp. I remember Caleb growling at me. His head snapped, and then he began to change. His bones were breaking, fur grew on his skin. I grabbed Lily's hand and pulled her behind me. I couldn't believe what I'd seen, thinking someone must have spiked our drinks. I'm calling the police, I remember rambling as we exited the club. We need help, but Lily was grabbing me, begging me not to, claiming I didn't understand. You saw him, right? I asked her, panicked. There was something wrong with him. It's like he was some kind of animal or something. Lily began to cry, arguing no one would believe me. But it's not just me, Lily. You saw him too, right? He's dangerous. She shook her head, her eyes filled with fear and sorrow. I didn't see anything. She was going to deny it, protect Caleb despite what she'd seen. I was so shocked, I took a step back, and then, Sophie, Ethan shouts, snapping me out of my trance. I jerk away from him, even though there's very little he can do to me while driving. Caleb, Lily, Ethan, they're all in on it, aren't they? Ethan's eyes flashed gold too. Does that mean I gulp, not daring to meet his eyes? Ethan, are you a werewolf? Ethan and I sit in silence as he drives us to wherever we're going, him gripping the wheel, jaw clenched, and I staring blankly into space. I feel almost stupid for asking my question now. He must think I'm insane. I mean, it sounds insane. Werewolves don't actually exist outside the realm of books or films, though I guess until recently, that's what I thought about ghosts as well until I turned into one. So, yes, Ethan says, eyes fixed on the road. I blink, unsure what he means until I realize he's answering my question. Yes. I ask, just to make sure. Yes, Ethan confirms with a small nod, tone blank. Right. So he's a werewolf. That's cool. I'm fine with that. This isn't weird. And what about Caleb? I ask in a small voice. Him too. Lily, also. Isabel. Ethan gives me an annoyed glance. Let's just assume all the people you've seen around my home are wolves. Meaning you can all turn into wolves? Actual wolves? I snap my mouth shut, stunned. This is crazy. How's this my life? 2 days ago, I was still a normal, albeit brilliant, student. Debatable, Ethan interjects. Shut up, I'm thinking out loud. Right, so now I'm a ghost, and the only person who can see me is a werewolf. We don't actually use that term. Still thinking, I snap. Sorry, my best friend's also a werewolf, wolf shifter, whatever the term is, and so is Caleb, I exclaim. I suddenly remember how this whole realization came to me in the first place. I remembered my accident and who inadvertently had caused it. It was none other than Caleb. He attacked Lily and I and began to transform in front of my eyes. I panicked. Anne. Caleb did what? Ethan barks, sounding murderous. I don't feel intimidated, though. I know his anger isn't aimed at me. He attacked us, I repeat as the images come back to me. He was threatening Lily, and when I interfered, he became more and more aggressive and started to turn. Ethan grips the wheel even tighter than he did before. That's expressly forbidden, he grinds out between his teeth. By who? I ask curiously. I didn't know werewolves had laws. To be fair, a minute ago, I didn't know they existed, so. By me, Ethan replies, like this is a perfectly ordinary answer. Oh, so you're like some big wolf boss? I joke, but Ethan's dead serious as he answers me. They're supposed to report it if something like that occurs. I knew something was wrong, but Lily's dead set on protecting him, though, he says. I interrupt, annoyed. I can't believe her. It's like he can do no wrong in her eyes. Whatever he does, it's always, you don't understand, Sophie, Caleb and I are soulmates. I sigh. All the hurt I felt when my friend had once again chosen her awful lover over me, over herself, comes back to mind. I'm not defending her actions, Ethan says, somewhat reluctantly, but you must understand, it's difficult to go against a soulmate bond. Lily must be torn apart. I didn't realize it had gotten this bad. Wait. I search his expression for any trace of humor but find none. Are you saying this is real as well? The whole soulmate thing? Ethan nods. Very. Finding one's mate is quite rare, but once formed, the bond is considered sacred by our kind. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I've got so many questions. So, if it's not immediate upon meeting, how does it form? Typically, once you'd recognize your soulmate, you'd give them a bite mark to settle the bond. How romantic, I comment sarcastically. Ethan smirks. Lily could explain all of this better, but the bond supposedly binds the souls together on a spiritual level, which explains why they'd both be protective of each other. Except in Caleb's case, he isn't being protective. He's being controlling. I argue, picturing all the times I've seen him boss Lily around. Yes, I suppose a bond doesn't change someone's nature. I sigh. The universe has essentially doomed Lily with a psycho. This whole mate thing sounds like one big scam to me. Being tied down to someone you didn't choose for the rest of your life, having no agency on who you love. That sounds awful. I pause. Wait, do you have a soulmate? I ask Ethan, immediately regretting it. It's none of my business if he does, and it's not like I care. Why did I even ask him that? I bite my lip nervously, something I haven't done in years. I guess there's very little chance I'll ever meet them, Ethan replies dismissively. Like I mentioned, finding one's fated mate is incredibly rare. We tend to choose our mates instead. I let out the unconscious breath I'd been holding, oddly relieved for reasons I'm not going to think about now, if ever. Ethan, thankfully, doesn't notice. If Caleb attacked you, that gives me ground to banish him from our pack, something I've been wanting to do for quite a while, he explains. You could do that. Kick him out. I could, and I would, but since Lily's his mate, she'd be inclined to go with him. I gasp. Until now, Lily and Caleb have been living with Ethan and the rest of their pack, which, from what I gathered, has its own set of rules. They all live together, so if something were to happen, Lily would be protected. But if she and Caleb were to leave, she'd be on her own with him. I conclude, disheartened, this can't happen. Isolated with someone who's always bringing her down and intent on keeping her locked up, Lily would wither away. I wish I could do something to help, but is there really no way to break this bond? Lily or Caleb would have to reject the other as their mate, Ethan explains, making a turn as the car arrives into town. But it's unlikely to happen. Rejecting one's mate is incredibly painful for a wolf. The rare ones who do rarely survive the separation. But it can be done, I insist, trying to focus on the positive. We just have to convince her. We'll need to convince her not to make a bigger mistake first, Ethan says somberly as he parks his car. We're here. Grimwood is a small, touristy town built close to the university campus. I'd often been encouraged to go visit, but if there's in fact a quaint charm to its cobblestone streets and boutiques, I'm too nervous to appreciate it as I take in my surroundings. Beside me, Ethan is looking around for someone, not just anyone, my best friend. So, what are we stopping Lily from doing? I ask, curious, receiving no response. I begin looking around for her myself and, soon enough, spot her small frame exiting a bookshop. There, I point, following Ethan as he goes to intercept her. Lily looks awful. She's pale, and there are dark circles under her red-rimmed eyes that didn't used to be there before. That said, she seems determined and assured, even when she notices Ethan coming her way. "You're too late," she tells him with a defiant raise of her chin. Ethan doesn't look very impressed, though. "Tell me you didn't." "I did. I requested a meeting with her, so you haven't spoken together yet," Ethan sighs, seemingly relieved. "Who are they talking about?" "But I will, tomorrow. It's decided." "You will not," Ethan growls in a commanding tone I've only rarely seen him use. "You have nothing to bargain with." Lily seems to deflate a little bit at that. "What happened to Sophie was my fault. I'll fix it. I don't care what it takes." I'm touched by Lily's concern, though I still have no idea what's going on. Who is she supposed to be seeing? "Not like this. It's too dangerous, Lily. If not for me, Sophie wouldn't have gotten hurt. I put her in danger. It's only fair I get her out of this by making a deal." "I don't think so. You have no idea what you're in for with that witch." "A witch? So now there are witches too? What's next, fairies? If she can save Sophie, I don't care what it costs." "And what if it costs you?" Ethan objects, crossing his arms. "Witches don't offer fair deals. You don't know what the consequences will be, nor who will be paying them." Lily's expression crumbles, along with the small hope I'd felt upon hearing she might have found a way to help me. However, Ethan says with a considering look, I could try speaking with the witch instead. I'm surprised to hear him say that after he just explained how dangerous deals are. Also, I'm surprised he'd go through such trouble for me. He's probably eager to get rid of me. It's not like he enjoys having me around all the time, and while I might not be a big fan of our situation either, I'm suddenly offended at the idea that he might want me gone. How dare he? I'm a delight. I have something she'll be interested in, Ethan continues to explain. Lily looks thoughtful. "Why don't you just let me do it?" "I don't want to get you in trouble, Ethan. Not only is all of this my fault, but the pack needs you. Whereas I'll go." Ethan puts his hands on Lily's shoulder. "You're under my responsibility, Lily." Even though it's clear she doesn't like it, my friend ends up agreeing with a reluctant nod. "So, I guess we're meeting a witch, then. That should be interesting." With nothing left to do in town, we all head back home. During the car ride, Ethan and I agree we shouldn't tell Lily about my ghost situation since she is feeling so guilty about what is happening already. I'm unconvinced at first, but Ethan argues this could make her unstable. Lily started to turn when she was 15, which is rather late. She's always had trouble managing her powers. She's been doing much better, but with everything that's happened lately, we should keep her out of this for now. I don't want to add to Lily's plate, but I would have liked to let her know I didn't blame her for my accident. Once we arrive home, it feels natural to follow her to her bedroom to make sure she's okay. She stays in there for a good hour, staring into space while looking small and miserable. I would have left, except it feels too much like I'm abandoning her. I try talking to her and even touching her, but nothing works. It seems whatever ability Ethan has isn't a general Wolfe thing. Hopefully, the witch will be able to tell us more. I just hope nothing bad happens to Ethan in the process. As my thoughts drift towards him, something strange happens. Even though I haven't seen him in an hour and don't have the faintest idea what he's currently doing, I suddenly have the startling sensation that I know exactly how he's feeling, namely, angry. Tension coils in my chest in response, a reflection of his own emotions. The source of his ire is a mystery to me, though it's directed at someone, that much is clear. A sudden rush of protectiveness swells within me, and the next thing I know, I'm standing in Ethan's bedroom, where he is currently busy giving Isabel a hardened stare. Her rigid posture and the tension in the room make it clear they're arguing. "I thought we agreed Lily shouldn't go to that witch, And now you're telling me you're planning on going instead? Do you hear how ridiculous that sounds? Isabel's voice cuts through the tension, her words sharp and demanding. You can't keep doing this, Ethan. You're the alpha. Your decisions affect all of us. It occurs to me that, despite all that Ethan's already told me, I barely know what being part of a pack entails. I don't even have a family. My whole life, my actions only affected me, but it's not the same for him. You've made your point, but if I don't go, Lily will. She would never go against a direct order from you. You don't know that, and besides, she'd resent me. Sophie's important to her. To her or to you? Ethan looks taken aback. Meanwhile, I'm holding on to his next words like a lifeline. Could I be, somewhat, a little important to him? It seems ridiculous to even entertain the idea. A couple of days ago, he was nothing more than my aggravating college professor who I was certain couldn't stand me. She may be Lily's friend, but she isn't one of us. This Sophie, she's not your responsibility. Caleb attacked her. This makes Isabel go quiet for a minute. We should have banished him. He's unhinged. I know, but Lily would go with him, and we can't have that. I still don't like this, but I guess if Caleb's the one who caused the girl harm, then, she sighs. Just be careful, Ethan. We can't afford to be divided. And on that note, she takes her leave. Once she's gone, Ethan sags into a nearby chair, his anger abated, replaced with weariness. I take it you heard all that, he asks, making me jump. I hadn't realized he was aware of my presence. Not everything, I protest, a little embarrassed. I consider my next words carefully. Things are obviously difficult for him. Helping me out is starting to cause tension between him and his. Who is Isabel to him, anyway? Are you two a thing? I ask as the thought crosses my mind. Ethan's piercing eyes snap to my face. What? Isabel? She's my beater, my second in command, if you will, he adds before I can ask him to explain. I nod, even though he hasn't properly answered my question. I'm looking for a way to pry without being too obvious. I don't want him to think I'm interested in his love life, because I'm not, but I do feel like I'm entitled to know because we're not romantically involved, if that's what you're wondering. Good, I sigh in relief. However, I snap my mouth shut when Ethan's surprised expression makes me realize what I just said. I mean, I scramble for words, because that would be weird, I guess, and if you were, like, what if I were to teleport in your room while you two were busy? Ethan lets out a surprised laugh. It's the first time I've ever heard him properly laugh. He looks very boyish as he does, leaving me just a little bit breathless. I'd appreciate it more if I wasn't so embarrassed. You know what I mean, I scowl, looking away. Sure, Ethan says, humor still in his voice. Good thing I'm not too busy, then. I manage to look at him again. He's giving me a soft, warm glance, like that time he'd woken up to find me in his bed. It's doing all kinds of things to my poor heart. Maybe he does care a little bit about me, I catch myself thinking. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking. I think, ever since meeting him, I've always been looking for his attention. I just hadn't realized I was also hoping for his affection. So, I scratch my throat. Isabel was unhappy with the plan. Ethan frowns, all trace of mirth gone from his face. Don't worry about it. She's just being protective. It's going to be fine. I frown. Will it, though? If Ethan was so worried about letting Lily see the witch, shouldn't he also worry about himself? But you'll be okay, right? I mean, I know you're eager to get rid of me and all, but you shouldn't. Sophie, Ethan interrupts my rambling, walking over to me with a concerned expression. It's going to be all right. Do you trust me? Our eyes meet, his gaze penetrating in a way that makes me feel strangely secure. Yes, I say, realizing this is true. He's standing mere inches away, towering over me. I wonder if he'd be able to touch me right now if he tried. My fingers twitch involuntarily. Good, he says with a smirk. And, for the record, I'm not overly eager to get rid of you. Oh, I say, feeling rather dumb. It would just be nice if you could have your body back. Why? I ask, searching his expression. Well, we wouldn't want you to walk in on me getting busy. I aim to smack him without thinking, But he intercepts me, catching my wrist. More than ever, the feel of his warm skin against mine burns pleasantly. "You're touching me again," I comment, staring at his lips. He's got unfairly beautiful lips, is what I'm thinking, when, out of nowhere, there's a knock on Ethan's door. "Hey, buddy," Noah's voice sing-songs through the door. "You busy?" "Go away, Noah," Ethan snaps without taking his eyes off me. I'm pretty sure he's going to kiss me. He looks like he wants to kiss me. "Yeah, no, that's cool," Noah says, making Ethan groan. "It's just, I was going to take the kids hunting. It's been a while, and, well, you know, they're more manageable with you around." Ethan closes his eyes for a moment, looking fed up. "Fine," he says with a sigh. He squeezes my hand before letting go, though not without giving me a slightly regretful look. "So, are you and this Noah guy a thing, then?" I joke. Ethan rolls his eyes at me, but he's laughing again, so I don't let that bother me. Thank you for exploring Hunt for a Wolf's Heart with Clara's Story Garden. Subscribe to our channel for the next chapters and more stories of love and mystery.